It is the hungry man. I hope he's hungry for fire, because we're gonna give it to him. A whole lot of it. Like an absolute metric ton of it. At least that's the plan. We'll see what actually happens in the game. Maybe we could get defeated in 4 rounds and I'm gonna go home crying. Ah, finally. That took a long time. Alright, what do we got here? We got Giant Spec, so let's go Giant Spec. We're gonna buy some Arc Lights in the first round, I think. And that's a solid board, and then we can go into Vulcans from round 3 on, I think. That looks like a Vulcanable board to me. And then just some Archies. Oh, he's going Chaffless in round 1, eh? Airspec and buys Marksman. Usually they just go for a Phoenix because it's a very similar unit and, you know, it flies and it's more efficient to deploy because it's, you know, basically like 2 Marksmen. I'm not sure we have this simply because no chaff setups are very likely to win the first round. They're not all that likely to win afterwards, but the first round is kinda... I don't want to say a free win, but it is fairly easy. Alright, let's see what text we have. No armor here, but armor on the sledges. That's important to know. And what do the marksmen have? Standard setup. Absolutely standard setup. Now, we don't have enough sabers to break this. Not enough sabers, not enough arcs, I think. So this round, at least to me, it looks like we're gonna be dropping it. 95% chance. Fairly unlucky on that. Fairly unlucky. If you ask me, at least. Ah, that caller couldn't finish the job. That's bad. Round 1's gonna be pretty bad. But that's just how the cookie crumbled. Well, here would be ER Phoenix if he wants it. Rhinos or Wasps? I'm feeling like Rhino is worth more into this board. Alright, I think we unlock the Marksman and then we start dropping some more chaff. Actually, do we need to deploy chaff? I think we just triple recruit marksman here, honestly. Let's deploy him here. Our Rhino is angled more towards that angle. We do get wasped, okay. I don't like that. I don't think 2 marksmen can deal with it on their own. Come on, turn please, thank you. Yeah, we're gonna get a tower debuffed here. And our cheese is going to completely and utterly fall flat. Guess I should have gone chaff. Oh well. I shouldn't get blinded by what I want to do. I think that is also one of my biggest mistakes so far. I'm kinda getting blinded with what I want to do now. And it just ends up being pretty bad. Alright, that's a round we lost thanks to the wasp drop. And he's air spec, so even if we had countered, he might even have won with that. Everything here except the melter counters what I want to do, and it's no useful unit for me. Kinda does suck, honestly. I think we're just gonna sell the wasps. And finance what we want to do with it. Which is, of course, deploying the first Vulcan. And then more chaff. Let's actually do this here. Alright. Oh, he picked the melter. The one unit that doesn't counter the wasps. Alright. I haven't played against melters yet, like this. Definitely gonna need some fangs next, some slower chaff. Definitely also need some chaff clear in the middle, but you know, Vulcans are going to be taking care of all of that soon, TM. Those wasps are buying us all kinds of time. Also, what are you... Okay, you're chasing after this one crawler. That is actually pretty freaking bad. Yeah, right now we just don't have the chaff. The chaff clear, that is. We do have more than enough chaff. But we didn't have the money yet to fill the board with Vulcans. Alright, I think the sabers are gonna go and we are just going to rely on other units. I wish I could make proper use of this, but I can't. So I think we're just gonna pick the heal. But I can something else, sell something else before that. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I think this is the time where we just war crime it. And then we throw one of these down. And we put that on this guy here. And let's go extra damage. He's donking his tanks. He is, he has anti-missile interceptor, or not anti-missile interceptor, just missile interceptor. This is gonna hurt him a whole lot. Yeah, this hurts. Sabers are very good here. War crimes, ladies and gentlemen, war crimes. Here would be more sniper units if we needed, but I think storms might even be better here. Who knows? You know, honestly, let's try the Scorp artillery instead. Because that's going to do damage no matter what. We stonk on these. We go for more Vulcan. Throw this here, and then we go hit the siege mode. Yeah, that's a bunch of crazy plays. I'm absolutely saying that with... how should I put this? I know this is very cheesy what I'm doing here. Now, do we put a tech on our marksman? I think that makes the most sense. Let's throw double shot on him. Oh, he's going range on melters. Very understandable. This is getting distracted. This is not. Yeah, last round he got completely obliterated by just the fire on the ground. Double shot is going to help us against the boats. How mismatched is their speed? They are at 10, these are at 6, and they are fairly far forward. Scorpions, as always, instantly killing my frame rate. We do go kill a decent amount of our own chaff, so we need to get rid of this very quickly. We We don't get to kill the marksman using fire here, so that's pretty bad. But we should be able to get rid of the boats fairly easily. And there basically is no more chaff left. Okay, we don't get to kill that. And there is some more chaff left. Okay, we're definitely gonna have to set up pulls. Right now, we have gotten wrecked by our own fire because we killed all our own chaff here. That is what's happening. Always a risk with war crimes. He has wasp drops again, so we do need to guard against that. Can throw down an orbiter. You know, I'm tempted to do one kind of experiment. What if we just do this? We extinguish the fire on our own side. And then we just defend all of that with missiles. And here we go and put this as far back as we can. Let's just stomp these crawlers. Can't really do pulls here right now. And I think we hit best partner. Let's sell that saber. Can we get another tech on something that does actually matter? I don't think so. I think instead we're going to get another marksman on that side. That's symmetry? No, it's not. I think this is symmetry. And then... yeah, let's just go shields. We need our money for shields. I'm hoping I can survive this round. Let's see if this is actually viable, you know. Oh, he's not going shields, eh? He did hit quite hard, I think, with the orbiter. And we do have some units survive here, but I don't think it's enough to win. I think we would have needed range on that. And I think the Scorpions were a dumb experiment. I should have treated them as cash, if we're gonna be perfectly honest. Alright, so the Scorpion thing is not working. I think that was the throw here. The Scorpion thing, not into a board like that. There would have to be significant investment into something else. So I think that's the throw I did. If I had just gotten like range on my units instead of all of that, I would have been in such better of a spot. I also didn't respect that he had range, and I'm in standard versus standard. It's a range war. No, I legitimately think war crimes is something for the later stages of the game, like for the kill shot round. This just is more trouble than it's worth at the moment. Alright, good to know that one. I'm gonna restart the game because otherwise the latent lag from Scorpions is going to reduce my frame rate forever, and I have no clue why, and it's not getting fixed, and I'm not sure what's causing it. If it's the game, if it's the graphics drivers. Well, actually I can say with certainty it's not the graphics drivers, because I've tested this with an entirely... I'm currently running an AMD graphics card, and I tried it with NVIDIA, and it's even worse there. And I had someone else confirm that it's also present on Windows, even though at a lesser rate, which might simply be related to having more actual... the drivers being better in general and faster on Windows as far as NVIDIA goes. So I think this is not something on my end. I just hope it gets fixed at some point in the future. Alright. Well, I guess I said I didn't want to experiment, and here I go experimenting. So I'm going to stop that, and we're just going to be playing the cookie cutter standard build the Vulcans, build the marksman until you win strategy with no attachments. Alright. Well, and that is all to cover up my loss. Thanks for watching, listening, and until next time. Bye.